It was my birthday and I didn't really feel like working, so I decided that I would go out for a ride as it was a nice sunny day. So I went to Bentley Wildfowl, which is a wildfowl reserve in sort of mid-ish Sussex, sort of a bit further down the south. It's not very far from Eastbourne actually. It's probably about half an hour's ride from sort of Eastbourne town centre. So I went there, took some lunch with me and had a really nice time looking at the ducks and the geese and all the other wildfowl. There was lots going on because it's nesting season and there were lots of chicks being born or hatched, and yeah, just generally it was a good trip out. And they've got a motor museum there as well. I finished up having quite a long chat to some guy that had been trying to get a 5-cell battery, I think it was, for a classic car, but it was only a 6-volt battery, so it meant that each cell had to be 1.2 volts and it had very specific dimensions. The one that was fitted to the car, he sent a picture of it to some battery specialist, and the guy said that he thought it was a nickel cadmium battery, but both the chap I was talking to and I thought that it wasn't a nickel cadmium because you could see that it had liquid in it, so it was probably just a lead acid battery. Anyway, the conversation led from one thing to another, and the next thing he was telling me about his classic bikes and that he'd restored it. I think it was, he had a Suzuki GSX 250, which apparently was only made for 2 years, from I think he said 1983 to 84, so that was just sort of past the era when I first started biking. I started in well, my first real bike was 1976, I suppose. It was a Suzuki B120, and that was the one that I crashed at the bottom of Eastdean Hill and bent it like a banana. I bought that one brand new. I then went on, and I didn't have enough money after the crash to buy another brand new bike, so I then purchased a Suzuki GT185, which was a 2-stroke twin. That was a fantastic bike. It wasn't that quick, but I mean, bearing in mind it was only 185cc, it had a top speed of about 85 miles an hour. It was really good fun to ride, and being a 2-stroke, you could also it also ran better on a damp day because the air's heavier apparently, and it means that you get more oxygen, which gives you a bigger bang, which gives you more power. As I say, top speed was about 85. From that I made the strange decision to purchase, well, I suppose I wanted another new bike and I didn't have very much money, so I decided to purchase a Honda XL125S. Anyway, I'm getting off the story of the double bubble screen, aren't I? Anyway, the XL125S I took to Wales, which is a fair old trek on a 125, and because I hadn't passed my test at that time, I had to go on A roads because I wasn't allowed to go on the motorways. But that was good. I was all loaded up with camping gear and went up into the Black Mountains. That was a good old trip. That was back in the 70s, I think, about 1978 or 9, I should think. Anyway, getting back to this video, as you can see, I'm riding along now, and the double bubble screen is brilliant. I mean, it's sort of added 10 miles an hour to my normal cruising speed. It really is just chucking the wind right over the top of me. I can really notice the difference. Just makes the bike a whole lot more comfortable to ride. Anyway, enjoy the video. If you like it, let me know. I'd appreciate hearing from you. The thing is, I've tried to do an onboard sound recording. I'm not having much luck at the moment with the microphone, but eventually I'm intending to do proper vlogs, because as you can probably, well, no, you might not be able to hear, I was going to say I'm recording this after the event, but I expect you will be able to tell, I'm sure of that. Okay, well, thanks very much for watching the video. Bye.